On the afternoon of September 27, 1956, a 13-year-old boy named Neary Morgan was walking with his two younger brothers through a desert in South Australia called Maralinga. Neary and his brothers were members of an isolated Aboriginal tribe, and they were out hunting kangaroos for their family. They had been tracking a particular group of kangaroos, but every time they got ready to strike, the kangaroos would take off. Eventually, the kangaroos stopped at a watering hole just a few dozen yards away. The brothers knew this was their chance. After taking only a few steps, they suddenly heard a loud rumbling sound in the distance. The sky lit up with an incredibly bright flash. Neary had to shield his eyes just to see what was happening. Then an extremely hot blast of wind tore through the area, knocking all three brothers to the ground and leaving them completely disoriented. As Neary turned his head, he looked toward where the kangaroos had been. To his amazement, he saw the kangaroos floating through the air toward him before crashing onto the ground. Moments later, everything became strangely quiet again. Now dozens of dead kangaroos lay right in front of them. The brothers believed they had just received a gift from God. That night, their entire tribe celebrated and feasted on the kangaroo meat. But the next morning, everyone who had eaten the meat became violently ill. Over the following days, some recovered, but many others did not. Soon, members of the tribe began dying. Naturally, Neary and the rest of the tribe believed the deaths were connected to the kangaroo meat. The truth remained a mystery until 1967. It turned out those kangaroos had not been a gift at all. They had been caught in the blast of a secret British nuclear weapons test conducted in Maralinga. Neary and his brothers had unknowingly been only a few kilometers away from the detonation site. By pure chance, they were standing just outside the deadliest part of the blast zone, while the kangaroos had been directly inside it. The contaminated meat exposed everyone who ate it to dangerous levels of radiation. Many suffered radiation sickness, and many died. An unknown number of people lost their lives because of the Maralinga nuclear tests. It took 11 years before the British government began cleaning up the radioactive contamination. The Australian government later paid $13.5 million in compensation to the affected Aboriginal communities. As for Neary, he survived. Today, he is in his 80s and continues sharing his story, so younger generations will never forget what happened.